Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Diablo Immortal and is it pay to win? This is a very big topic in the Diablo community and a lot of people have been wondering about this. I keep on getting this question asked, what's the microtransactions like? Is the game pay to win? So we're here to answer the question as best as I can, but keep in mind right now we only have access to being able to see the shop in its current state and things might be subject to change. In fact, they are definitely checking out a bunch of different Twitch streamers' feedback, and so if you guys want to go ahead and be very active in the comment section below. After you go ahead and check out all the systems, comment below how you feel about this, as I want to be as objective as possible in this video. Just give you guys the raw numbers and the explanations of all the forms of currency and how they work in the game. So first off, hopping into the shop, and then we'll hop into the battle pass, and then we'll explain all the different currencies, as there are several different ways to go ahead and get different things in the game. So starting off in the shop over here, you'll see that there's two currencies up in the top right. What we have first off is platinum over here, which you will be able to get via doing bounties. You get 150 if you go ahead and complete your 12 daily bounties towards the very end, and I'll show you guys all the different ways to get the different currencies. Now, as far as the eternal orbs in the alpha right now, we're getting 1,000 per day for free. I want to say that this is the premium currency that more likely will be tied to cash shop item, but I don't know how much we're going to be having to pay for these eternal orbs, but this is more than likely going to be the form of currency that is the ultimate currency in the game. So you'll see over in the bottom, to buy this item, which is going to be the legendary crest, it costs 300, or you can buy 6 of them for 1,800. Now you can also convert the eternal orbs, like again, I don't know how much an eternal orb costs, but you can convert this into platinum. Platinum is also going to be the currency that people will be using in the marketplace, so if you sell something, you'll be getting platinum in return, but you also have to pay like a gold fee as well. But platinum is another form of currency that will be more premium than gold in Diablo Immortal. So Legendary Crest, what they do, and I highly recommend you guys, if you guys want to, check out the video that goes over the difference between a free rift, like a rift when you don't put anything in, versus a rare rift, and then also versus a legendary rift. So the real bonus with the legendary crest really comes down to granting yourself a 100% chance to get a legendary gem drop and 3 runes. It also does grant you what's called Fading Ember, which is another form of currency. There's a lot of forms of currency in this game, but you will be getting the legendary drop. That's the most important thing. The runes will be used to craft your gems, and gems in this game you'll have to craft multiple copies of them to upgrade your gems, unlike in Diablo 3 where you can just go ahead and talk to Urshi at the very end of a greater rift and then you can go ahead and upgrade your gems. In this you have to have multiple copies of the same one to go ahead and upgrade your gems. But that's what a legendary crest does. Like I said, definitely check out the video that I will pin down below, as that will show you the difference between a regular rift and what the legendary crest does inside of a rift. Basically, rifts are not as rewarding as Diablo 3 in Diablo Immortal. You're better off just doing like the bounties and doing things outside in the like open world versus just doing rifts and slamming them down all day. There's also something called a Reforge Stone. So I'll go more in depth with this, but this costs 100 eternal orbs per one that you use to roll. Now these ones, what they are going to be doing is modifying your item. So there are regular Reforge Stones which are going to RNG a bunch of different rolls on it. But if you're looking for a very specific, attribute to go ahead and roll onto your item, you will want to use these because, your chances are going to be much better versus, just going from the whole list. You'll have more of a finite list, and I'll show that mechanic off in a moment here. Next up, we have platinum. Again, this is the currency that you will be able to use in the auction house, as when you sell something, that's what you get in return. And then on top of that, you can use platinum to buy the legendary crest. So pretty much, I would say platinum is like a little bit lower of a currency in the game. Like eternal orbs are 100% like the ultimate one, because you can use eternal orbs to buy platinum, but it doesn't go the other way around. So that's what's available in the shop. Now, the next thing you'll get asked all the time, what's the battle pass look like? All right. So let me go and show off the battle pass for you guys. So there is a free battle pass, which is the top row, and there is a bottom battle pass, which is the paid one. Just as a heads up, I cannot click on anything in the bottom. There's some things that are placeholders that are like question marks, but there's ones that we can clearly see. Like this is a rare crest. If I click on the free one, it'll show exactly what it does, and it looks like you get the same exact thing over here. In the paid battle pass, you just get basically double. But there are some times like over here where you see a legendary one. I can't touch it, but it might be a placeholder, and keep in mind everything that I'm showing you guys right now is in the alpha state, so things might change. But I'll go over the entire battle pass with you guys, because this has been a question to kind of go ahead and check out. Again, I can't touch anything on the bottom, it just won't show up. So on the free battle pass, we're going to be able to get scrap material, and then we're also going to be getting gold. You can use gold basically like Kadala. If you've played Diablo 3, it's just basically a way where you can just RNG, maybe you get a better item with gold, and that's just something you get in the battle pass. And then there's more scrap materials, and then there's something called honor. I'll go over that mechanic and what that currency is used for later, but you'll get honor, and looks like you get the same amount. Like it says 150 here and it says 150 there. I'm guessing you get the same amount. At tier 5, you'll also get some scrap materials and some gold. And if it's the same thing, I'm not gonna like mouse over the honor like multiple times. I'm just gonna go ahead and zip by it. That one is a rare crest, and like I said, if you want to see the gameplay of what the heck a rare crest does in a rift, check out the pinned comment, as I'm kind of trying to make this a little bit faster. Otherwise, all the things in here would take literally like an hour to go over if I'm showing you gameplay in between all of this. But we're going to also be able to go ahead and select some gems. You can also use honor to buy gems, and as you get multiple copies of the same gem, you can upgrade it and get a higher tier gem. And we have more rare crest. At tier 10, we will be getting a guaranteed offhand legendary. This is free too. And then we have some more gold, we have some more rare crest, some more honor, and then at tier 15 we will get a legendary gem. Now in this game, the microtransactions really go down towards the gem system in the game. We're talking base gems as well as the legendary gems. If you've played Diablo 3, gems and upgrading them is a huge part of your character if you want to min-max. Like if you're just interested in doing the campaign, you can, in fact, I've done the entire campaign on 2 different characters. I didn't need to mess around with the legendary gems at all, but if you really want to min-max, you want to do maybe PvP, I think the gems would be something to definitely take into consideration as a potential for something that might be considered pay to win in the game. But I'm going to try to keep this video as objectively as possible, but I would say gems, in my personal opinion, is a huge part of your character in Diablo 3. If you want to go ahead and, do, greater rifts like 100 plus, you need gems in the game. It is a part of your damage, if you increase the gem in the rank, you'll get bonus damage and of the item's socketed base attribute, and you can have up to 6 legendary gems on your character in Diablo Immortal. In Diablo 3, you can only really have 3. There's technically, I know there's a helm slot that can be 4, but it's pretty much just 3. The other one is for like the anniversary gem that no one uses for Diablo 3. You'll also be able to go ahead and grant yourself a charm. Charms are kind of like they were in Diablo 2. I'll go over that mechanic later. It's not really for this video though. It's not really necessary. But there's also the more honor, more crests over here, but you can see on the bottom, a lot of times you're getting kind of the same thing, like doubled up. I don't know, again, I can't touch any of these, but you can see over here you're granting yourself a legendary one. They might be placeholders, but scrap materials used to upgrade your items. And then towards the very end, like I said, I'm going to scroll through the things kind of fast, as some of them are similar to things I've already shown off. But the more important thing is at the last tier, you'll be able to get a legendary gem called Power and Command. It's kind of like a convention of elements, but it cycles between primary attacks and secondary attacks for the bonus damage. And then as you rank up a gem, once it hits rank 6, which will require tons and tons of copies of the same gem, it's not like you just get 6 copies of the gem. Going from level 1 gem to level 2 gem will be 1 extra copy of it. If you want to go from 2 to 3, you need multiple copies of, you're going to need 2 copies of it, and then it's going to exponentially go more and more. I don't know what the requirement is in total per gem. I think they're all going to be the same, but I honestly haven't gotten every single gem in the game. But then at 40, you get valuable rewards. I don't know what that is. I don't know if any player has actually hit that yet. But the Battle Pass, it's supposed to reset every month in its current state. In the alpha, it's set to 2 months, but there was a post, and I'm going to link this post down below, because it also covers a lot of the information that a lot of you guys might want. But they did an Ask Me Anything on Diablo Immortal, and one of the questions was like, how long is the Battle Pass? It's going to reset every month. That's in its current state. That's what the plan is for it. Now, you'll also get these quests that will go ahead and be points for your Battle Pass Pretty much, yeah, you get a lot of great things on the free battle pass, and with the paid one, there's a lot of stuff we just simply don't know about. But to answer your, maybe some of your questions on the battle pass, there's nothing that would be like gear related. However, there is more Reforge Stones, which kind of affects your gear, right? When you're re-rolling your gear in Diablo, I mean, maybe you get really lucky on your first try, you don't even need to re-roll, but it does grant you those Reforge Stones. But it's like the vanilla Reforge, which rolls anything, versus the finite ones, which do cost eternal orbs, which will give you a better chance at getting what you want. So again, I want to make this video more objective than subjective and just show you guys all the information, and I want you guys to actually make the decision for yourself and tell me how you guys feel about it. I will be doing a full video review of everything in like my full Diablo Immortal alpha review. So if you guys do want to see that and you are new here, make sure you guys subscribe with the bell notification on, and I'll give you guys more of a subjective, how I feel about the game. But I wanted to try to keep the video about is it paid to win and explain all the things more in an objective fashion here. But that's what you get in the battle pass. In terms of what I consider the battle pass pay to win, you get more rerolls, and you get some other forms of honor. Honor will grant you gems, and gems do increase your stats. But again, since you can do those eventually daily, you'll eventually get your gems up. Like, how hard is it to get a max gem in Diablo 3? I would say it's not very hard, but you do get more currency, so you'll definitely get it faster. I mean, there's no question about that. So now that I've shown you the honor, I want to show you guys what honor does in the actual game over here. So let's go ahead and go to the honor merchant, and we're going to go ahead and talk to him. So when you do your bounties, you have 12 bounties to do daily, and you have a limit. The rare crest, you're only allowed to purchase 1 per day, and then with the Reforge Stone, you can only, I'm going to purchase one of these so I can show you the mechanic of how this works. You can only purchase 3 of those. These are like the vanilla ones, so like it rolls anything. You can also purchase gems over here, but again, all of these have some limit. And on average, unless you're doing like, let's say, a battle pass and you are completing your battle pass and reaching goals, you're going to get 300 honor per day, at least just by doing the bounties, and that's like the main form of acquiring this. You can again get it other ways by completing quests and stuff, but through the battle pass. But that's on average what people are going to be getting. So you're not going to be able to like spam and buy everything every single day. But the rare crest would probably be something to take into consideration, as that's getting runes. Runes are used to craft your gems in the game, and I'll show you guys how that mechanic works in a second. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go to the jeweler, and I will explain how the heck it works. So I mentioned that runes are used to go ahead and craft your gems, or technically it's also upgrading your gems, because you're going to need multiple of the same gem. So for example, this mocking lauder over here, it's rank 1, but what it does is it grants us 30% of the socketed item's base attribute, and then also our primary attack forces monsters to attack you for 3.3 seconds, and then if we rank it up to 6, we get what's grayed out. It's kind of like in Diablo 3, if you get the gem to rank 25, you'll get that bonus, right? So if I want to go ahead and upgrade this to go from rank 1 to rank 2, I will also grant myself not only the basic items property, but I also will increase the effectiveness of it. Some gems are different than others, like for example, this one over here is going to make it so our channel skills consume less energy. This one's rank 3, but as we rank it up, it'll also increase the base of the socketed items base attribute. So there's definitely a significant advantage in terms of having your gems ranked up, just like you would in Diablo 3. And the legendary crests are kind of the biggest thing in the microtransaction area that would definitely give you an advantage in terms of your main stat, or also your damage. But how long it's going to actually be to max out the gem, I don't even know if rank 6 is the max, as just like in Diablo 3, you can go way past 25 in some of the gems, but I don't know what the max is going to be. So that is also something to take into consideration, is how long is it going to take to reach max? What's the max level of a gem? I honestly don't know, and I don't think anyone has reached the max level of a gem yet, but that will be something we'll have to take into consideration, as that's part of your character's progression, and that is tied to power and how fast you might be able to go ahead and get your gems ranked up. Now, I did show you that you can purchase gems via the honor system, and you can upgrade your gems. Basically, they give you like the lower tier ones, but you can upgrade the gem by going ahead and putting in multiple copies of the same gem. You can upgrade your gem. Now, I also did mention that you can go ahead and reforge. Now, this is another important part of the microtransactions for the Eternal Orbs. Again, it really just comes down to how generous they're going to be with the Eternal Orbs. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, since we already have that Reforge Stone, which we can again purchase with Honor, and again, Honor is something you'll just get in the game. You'll acquire it by doing the bounties. You're going to be able to get 300 Honor per day by just that method. So we can go ahead and actually reforge a couple times a day, I would say, depending on, of course, if you're completing the stuff on the Battle Pass. So this is a Reforge Stone vendor. This is just like the shop that I showed off before. They all cost 100, so they cost all the same. But if I wanted a very specific role, I would go ahead and buy like the specific one. Again, at the moment, these are only purchasable by Eternal Orbs. But if I go to Charcy over here, I can go ahead and upgrade my items. So upgrading an item in Diablo Immortal is going to go ahead and increase the stats of the item. The things that you'll get to upgrade them are going to be your scrap material and your enchanted dust. This is the same mechanic that you basically have when you are reforging something in Diablo 3. You just go ahead and disenchant all like the gear that's basically not going to be an upgrade, and you'll get these materials. So I would say this is a very fair system. It also will cost you a little bit of gold. I'm not sure how much gold it's going to cost. I don't think you can buy gold in the game, but there are things in the Battle Pass that will technically grant you gold anyways as you progress in it. But the most important thing is once you rank up, you'll be able to go ahead and get a different roll on the item. So you'll see where it says plus 13 fortitude. That's the thing that we are going to be trying to reforge, and we'll see what we can get with it. Or I can go ahead and reroll, let's say, this willpower. So if I want to reforge over here, you'll see that if I had these other stones that are in the premium currency, I would be able to select them. But you can have up to 3 extra attributes on the item by just upgrading the item. So if I go ahead and reforge right here using the Reforge Stone, what's going to happen is it's going to give me a new thing. So do I want willpower or do I want intelligence? Intelligence right now it's showing green because it's just a higher number. And in Diablo Immortal, it doesn't always mean that it's an upgrade. It could be more of a defensive stat versus an offensive stat, but I'm just going to select this new one just to show you guys. Now we have that intelligence. If I don't want to select it, it's totally fine. I'm not forced to go ahead and select a Reforge that I didn't want. But what it does let me do is kind of get more specific on the item. For example, if I was to click on where it says the view family bonuses, you'll see the different things that we can get on it. So like with the wildfire, I have a chance to go ahead and summon a fire hydra. Or if I get the tremor family, I'll be able to go ahead and get like different things. So if you're looking for a very specific modifier, these are going to kind of help you zone in on that very specific one, so you're blocking out all the other ones. It's a mechanic that I think is kind of interesting, but I wish we can maybe combine our regular stones to become whatever like other stone, if that makes sense. There's also transferring like the rank to another item, and if I wanted to like transfer this, and I can go ahead and I don't have anything in my inventory right now because I just disenchanted everything. But just like in Diablo 3, you can go ahead and like select all and it just salvages everything. But that's another mechanic in the game. But I just want to show you guys the upgrading system of the game. So the upgrading system I would say is very like fair. You don't have to spend anything, but the Reforge system will cost you that premium currency in the game. So now that we've gone over like the reforging, I do want to go ahead and show you guys the variant of Kadala in the game. So this will just cost you regular gold, and I would say regular gold, I mean, as right now, it's pretty healthy. Like I haven't really needed to use another form of currency to get gold, but you can use your honor and actually buy gold. But what you're able to do is it's just like Kadala, you would go ahead and purchase items. I do want to go ahead and mention, if you buy too many of like, let's say the same item, like if I go ahead and buy like jewelry like too many times, the price of the thing will go up, but there's like a daily limit on how many you can still buy at the end of the day. But if I buy a couple of these, you'll see that we'll have, you know, these items that we get. Now you can get legendary items off of the, his name is Yakin. So he's basically Kadala, but you just use gold for that. Now going over the other mechanic over here is going to be die over here. And so you can see if you go ahead and you can see that you can buy and sell. You will, if I was to go ahead and let's see if I can, I don't have anything to sell. But what you do is you can list an item. Actually, we can just remove the item here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say I want to sell this item. So you can see the price of the item, and then there'll be a fixed price, as in you cannot sell something for way over the value, so it kind of has a limit on what you can set the price to. And if you have more, you can sell multiple, and then it'll show you the total that you'll get in platinum, and then there's also the fee over here that you'll have to pay. So there's like a fee for the marketplace. But if I was to go and buy, to show you guys what you can buy, remember you will use the currency over here, the platinum, to go ahead and purchase things, because like when I sell something, that's what I get in return. There's not really people listing anything here usually. Let me see if there's someone listing something so I can actually check it out other than my own. We have a topaz over here. If I want to go and buy this, I can go and buy that. So it just cost me my platinum over there. So you guys can see kind of how that interaction works really quick. But generally people aren't using the marketplace right now. But going into the other things in the marketplace, you'll see that there are also runes. You can purchase runes over here as well, and this would again grant you yourself that platinum. Platinum can be used to purchase legendary crest, but it costs 3,000. It's a huge amount. But you'll also see, and I think the most important thing in the marketplace is going to be these legendary gems over here, and no one's selling any of these. In fact, I don't think you can even list gems because I have legendary gems, but it doesn't let you do it right now, and I'm not sure how much they would cost. But this would definitely be something where if people list them, it kind of depends. It's kind of like a player-driven economy, right? You know, is it going to give you a huge advantage in the game to have a level 1 gem versus a very high-level gem in Diablo? If you've played Diablo, you know gems are definitely there for the endgame content, where if you're just interested in playing the campaign, I think you'll be totally fine without purchasing anything in the market or required to upgrade your gems. But the other thing I want to go ahead and show off now is going to be the other vendor over here. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport right towards the challenge rift. So it'll show you the differences in the other form of currency, because there's so many different ways to go ahead and acquire things in this game. Like there's just so many currencies over here. So I want to go ahead and show you guys the Fading Ember Trader. Now, what Fading Ember is another form of currency that you'll go ahead and get as you do a rift that is either legendary or a rare one. It will go ahead and drop like 10 to 30. Depends how many like things you put in here, but you don't get like a huge amount. You can see a max level. I've got 580 over here, and you can see how much some of these cost. Some of these are like, this is just straight up, you get the you just straight up get the gem. You don't have to like worry about anything. With these other ones over here, you're gonna have to buy lots of these, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean, because getting some of these legendary gems, if you want to craft them, it requires runes and it requires platinum, plus you know, sometimes it requires a lot of one rune. And I'm gonna go ahead and move to the merchant. There's also a crystal merchant that I will go ahead and show you guys. I'm not sure if anyone has messed with the crystal merchant, and I'll show you that once you get an item, a legendary gem, upgrade enough to upgrade it further, you will have to have these other things called the crystals, and the crystals will then let you enhance it further. But I don't know if anyone has actually gotten a gem that high right now in the alpha, as they are very, 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 very rare. We're talking, if you don't throw in a legendary crest, we're talking, I've done over like 100 on both my characters combined. I've only gotten 2 legendary gems without using a crest. Using a crest, specifically the legendary crest, guarantees it 100% chance. But if we go to the crafting over here of the gems, if I go to craft, you can see how much some of these cost. Like this one, it costs 30 of, let's say, a T, and it requires 15 of this. But like this one over here, it requires 600, and when you do these legendary crests or even rare crests, you're getting 3 runes, right? You're getting 600, plus it costs 3,000 platinum. That's a huge investment. 3,000 platinum, you could just buy a legendary crest, and it doesn't guarantee you getting power and command, but it does guarantee you a legendary versus having to spend that platinum plus all of those runes. I'm not sure the ratios. Keep in mind, this is all in the alpha state right now. Things are subject to change, but I think 600 is a huge investment in terms of like the runes. I think that it is a little bit too much, and a lot of them cost like 300. This one's another 600 one, but you'll see the cost of these. And if you guys want to see all of the effects of these gems, like what they do, I just dropped a video. I go over every single one of these gems and what the heck they do with all the bonus upgrades once you get like rank 6. What does it do? I've got the video for that, and it'll be pinned down below, because it's pretty important to see what the legendary gems are going to go ahead and do in the game. But yeah, so the crafting for these gems is a huge investment into not only the runes, but you also have to pay that premium currency, which is the platinum. Wow. Now, I did mention crystals over here. So these are going to be used. If I go over here, you can see it says used to upgrade normal gems above rank 5. So there's normal gems and there's legendary gems. So I'm not sure what the max is that you can go ahead and get in the alpha. But in terms of the gems, I'll go ahead and show you guys what the gems are. So it says normal gems. Whoops. It went right back to him.
Oh, hello.
Go ahead and talk to her. And then you'll see that if I want to upgrade, I require a bunch of gems. This is rank 3, but to go past that, it does require that other form of currency, which again, I'm not sure how you're going to get I don't know if these can be like a drop over here, but this does also cost the premium currency, which again is platinum over here. But that's going to go ahead and pretty much wrap up what I can show you guys right now that exists. That's all the different forms of currency that does exist in the game. There's also charm dust. I can show you this. It's not really something that I can really explain now because I haven't gotten a charm to the rank that it requires. But I will explain how the charms work. There might be something tied to it, but again, I haven't reached that. I don't know if anyone has even reached it in the alpha, because you don't get charms very often unless someone is able to go ahead and acquire enough charms. So to upgrade a charm, what you need to go ahead and do is get charm dust, and it's called alchemic powder. But to get alchemic powder, you have to actually break down a charm. But you can see what the charm does. It grants us +1 rank. It's basically like Diablo 2. It's +1 to that specific skill. But you can also, as a role, because I've upgraded this one and I got cleave, which my character doesn't use. It's a barbarian. But there's also a way to extract, but I don't know how that works, as you have to like get it high up enough to go ahead and utilize that. But you can see you can only get it for rank 5 charms. I don't know if anyone's even gotten that at this point, but if someone has, definitely let me know, as you know. Obviously, we only have access to the alpha for so long, so there might not be someone that reaches some of these like gameplay mechanics to get something high enough. But that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the games in terms of its microtransactions and is the game pay to win. Trying to answer the question, it comes down to really how easy are these eternal orbs to get, because they haven't shown off the price of these. And on top of that, can you convert your other like currencies to eternal orbs? Is there a way to farm eternal orbs? Again, it's the alpha right now, so we don't really know, but in its current state, that's what exists, and I want to be as objective as possible in this video. You guys can let me know how you feel about it down below. What it really comes down to is the gem upgrades, because doing these grants you 100% chance for that legendary gem to drop, and they are quite rare. And to me, the legendary gems are definitely going to go ahead and increase your character stats. I mean, it's like it 100% increases the stats of your damage or the way that the legendary gem works. For the Reforge Stones, this is more of a, you can kind of get the roll that you want a little bit faster. And then with platinum, this is what you're going to be using it for the marketplace to go and purchase either the gems or the legendary gems at the end of the day. But you cannot purchase gear, and that was the big point that they kept on mentioning, several of like different interviews and things. But they also mentioned, as far as the microtransactions go, the cosmetics, they do plan to have full gears like skins that you'll be able to get as a cosmetic. So for me, I'm when it comes down to microtransactions, if it's cosmetic wings or something, I don't mind it personally, but I don't want to make this video as subjective at all. But you guys let me know what you think of it, and I will be uploading my subjective video going over how I feel about the microtransactions and a full review of Diablo Immortal very soon. So if you want to see that and you are new here, subscribe to that bell, and I'll be dropping that video very soon this week. As now we've basically maxed out multiple characters, I feel like I can give you guys a good understanding of the game, because there were some other content creators that were reviewing the game even though they haven't even hit max level. I think that you should at least hit max level to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the game. But nonetheless, you know, people want to get their videos out early, and I get it too. But I want to go ahead and show you guys all the content. If you guys do want to see the bosses from the game or any of the other intricate details like the gems, those videos will be pinned down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know know how you feel about it, as again, they are checking out other Twitch streamers and you know how people are giving the game's feedback. But let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.